So, our meditation is going to be about, training the mind, developing the mind, and developing new habits. Okay? Now, what I said at the beginning, there's two kinds of meditation. There's the placement meditation, yeah? And what's the other kind of meditation? Analytical meditation, okay? Now, this analytical meditation is very much emphasized in this tradition. Most people, when they think of meditation, they think of the first, placement meditation, But here, we're going to be tapping into the wonderful faculty of the human intelligence, yeah? To analyze situations, analyze our lives, yeah? Because, another hypothesis for you, all of our unwholesome states of mind are coming from faulty ways of viewing reality, distorted ways of viewing reality, okay? Because we view reality in a distorted way, in an incorrect way, then these different afflictive emotions, these klesha, nyongmo, arise, okay? So, if we then check with analytic wisdom, it appears one way to us, but we use our wisdom to then check, okay, is it really that way? Is the situation as it appears to me? Then with our wisdom, we recognize, no, that's not right. Then those afflictions that have kind of, that are the offshoots of that original distorted view of reality will also go away. Okay? So, that's why we're using both kinds of meditation, yeah? There's analytic meditation as well as the placement meditation. Okay? All right. So now, that's the intro. That's the intro. That was the general intro. Okay? No. I've done a bit of preparation. Yeah, you might think I'm just rambling on, but I did have a plan. And I thought this would take about, a little bit less time than it did, but it's okay. Okay. Now, the specific introduction, okay? So, in general, over these 4 days that we have together, yeah, we're going to, on the first 2 days, okay, remember, putting an end to all suffering, healing the body and mind through meditation, okay? The first 2 days is a workshop on healing anger, okay? Now, what's a workshop? Yeah. We don't want to just say lecture anymore, yeah? No, that lecture is like, yeah, okay, I've been to so many lectures. But how many workshops have you been to this year? Huh? Huh?
Tushita.
Yes. Yeah? So, nice, right? Okay. So, I don't really know what a workshop is, but again, it's good marketing. It got you guys here. No, I'm joking. What we're going to be doing is not just listening to some old boring lecture, okay? But we're going to be integrating a little bit of me talking, and then we're going to be meditating. And like this, very interactive, very kind of practical, putting these teachings into practice and not just having it at the level of theory, okay? All right. And how we're going to be doing that, the rest of the time we have today and then all day tomorrow, 10 to 6. Lunch is lunch provided? Huh? Huh?
It's a potluck.
It's a potluck. Wow.
Mercy.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, nice. Okay. Potluck lunch, okay? All day tomorrow. We're going to be talking about anger and its antidote, patience, okay? And the way we're going to be doing that, you guys all have this book? Yes? Okay, great. We're going to be talking about patience through the 6th chapter of this work by the great Indian master Shantideva, Bodhisattva's Way of Life, or Bodhisattva Charivatara. Okay? Yeah. Now, in this tradition, there's always this kind of, there's the root text, right? Which many times the monks in the monastery, we memorize the root text and then we read all these different commentaries and then like this, right? So that's how I was trained, right? So I received this commentary on a few occasions from His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And, well, that's why you guys hired me. Okay, so we're going to be going through this text. And this text, it's basically giving us all sorts of different kinds of tools to practice patience, meaning not to get angry. Okay, so there's all sorts of techniques, and what I often like to use as an analogy, why we have to study so much and do all these kinds of things, people get a little bit like, oh man, like even myself, I'm in an 18 to 25 year study program. So it's like 3 PhDs, it's like, what? What can you be possibly studying for that long? So what we study is just different tools and techniques to use to work with our minds, right? And then just like, like a tool belt. Do you guys have those? Anyway, yeah, tool belt?
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on the situation, sometimes you need the wrench, sometimes you need the screwdriver, sometimes you need the hammer, like this, right? Depending on the situation. In a similar way, our minds, sometimes we need different tools and techniques to deal with different disturbing emotions that arise, okay? And sometimes, although we're going to be talking about a lot of different tools to work with our anger, some are more or less effective for our own minds. And that can be different for different people. That will be different for different people. So what my goal is, we're going to talk about this text, give you guys a buffet of different options to use for your minds, and then we're going to be cultivating those a little bit, and then I want to give you guys enough that then you can continue to cultivate them in your, 3, maybe at the end of the weekend we'll get to 4 minutes, yeah? And in your daily practice, you can cultivate this a little bit more, and then you can see those techniques that are more beneficial for your mind, so you can have some antidotes to anger. Okay? So how's that? Yeah? Nice. No one has left yet, and a few people have come in. So that's always a good sign. It's always a good sign. Okay? So, yeah. Now, and just a bit of a talk here, right? We are going to be mostly dealing with the 6th chapter of this text, Bodhisattva-Charyavatara, which is 10 chapters. Okay. Now, Guide to a Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Okay. Just actually. This is another thing that's very much emphasized in the tradition. Even like the title of these texts, there's like pages and pages of commentary. Okay? Now I'm not going to do that tonight, but just so you guys know, right? A bodhisattva, you know what a bodhisattva is?
No.
Genji Senpai, yes. That's what, okay, bodhisattva in Tibetan is Janji Senpai, but it still asks the question, do you know what Janji Senpai is? Okay?
Compassionate one.
Hmm?
The one who
Compassion,
follows
God
compassion.
compassion.
Got compassion.
Compassion.
Okay. All right, now we're not going to get into debates here. But basically, okay, a bodhisattva is a person who sets as his or her goal for practice to attain their highest state of potential for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay? That mind of wishing to attain enlightenment or one's highest potential for the benefit of all sentient beings is the mind of bodhicitta. Bodhi being enlightenment, citta being mind, yeah? And one who is not yet a Buddha, but has this mind of bodhicitta arising spontaneously and in an uncontrived way, is what we call a bodhisattva. Okay? So, yeah, you got that? Now, these bodhisattvas, although they have the wish to attain enlightenment for all sentient beings, it's great, but even having the wish isn't enough, right? You have to engage in different practices. Just like, it's a necessary condition to have the aspiration to do it, right? Just like for you guys to come here tonight, you had to have the aspiration to come to Tushita, right? But that wasn't enough, right? The wind didn't just put you on this seat. You had to get into some kind of transport or you walked or you did something, right? And you got here, right? So same thing. To reach the state of enlightenment, you need the aspiration, but then you need to actually get there, yeah? And getting there, that's why they call it a yana, right? It's a vehicle that takes someone somewhere, right? And then the fuel to get us there is the practices, right? The training. So this wonderful text describes the various trainings that a bodhisattva goes through, yeah, so that they can reach the goal, okay? And, well, there is the main kind of practice for a bodhisattva, as some of our more experienced students know, is the 6 perfections, right? So basically, bodhisattva practices generosity, ethical discipline, patience, enthusiastic effort, meditation, and wisdom. Yes? Right? So this patience is one of the 6 perfections, and it's very, 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 very important. Yeah? Because, okay, the patience is going to act as an antidote to anger. Anger is this mind wishing to harm sentient beings. Okay? Now, a bodhisattva is committed to gaining enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay? So, on the one hand, wishing to benefit all sentient beings, then anger is like the direct opposite of that, right? Wishing to harm sentient beings. Okay? So, for this, and many reasons, that's why Shantideva says that there's no practice of austerity like that of patience. Okay, austerity? Yeah, like practicing austerity. You have that a lot in India, You have the people, they keep one hand up, standing on one leg, or whatever they do, lying on a bed of nails, all these things, okay? That is actually nothing compared to when someone provokes us, not getting angry. Isn't it? Oh, man. So, that we've done the general introduction. That was the specific introduction. I shortened it a bit in the interest of time. But to kind of give you guys a little bit, you guys excited?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of marketing now with the help of Shantideva. So here's the point. This, okay, if you take nothing else away, but this is like why we need patience. Okay? This is actually from the 5th chapter of Shantideva's Bodhisattva Way of Life. We've only printed the 6th and 10th chapters, anyway. Okay. 5th chapter, stanzas 12 through 14, for those of you following at home. Unruly beings are as unlimited as space. They cannot possibly all be overcome. However, if I overcome the thoughts of anger alone, this will be equivalent to vanquishing all foes. Okay? Where would I possibly find enough leather with which to cover the surface of the earth? Yet wearing leather on the soles of my shoes is equivalent to covering the whole earth with it. Likewise, it is not possible for me to restrain the external course of things. But should I restrain this mind of mine, what would there be the need to restrain all else? Okay? You with me? So, that's why we need patience. Okay? We are in the Kali Yuga. Yeah? You guys know, right? Degenerated times. Okay? And unruly beings are as unlimited as space. And we're not going to be able to have everyone do what we want them to do when we want to do it, when we want them to do it. Impossible. Right? So we're going to be constantly encountering all sorts of difficult, provocative situations. Yeah? Okay. So then, what do? Yeah? We have to, just this beautiful analogy of wearing sandals, you know? Right? The earth has all these rocks and thorns, and here in Delhi, a lot of other things that we don't want to step on, right? And what are we going to do? We don't want to step in that stuff, so we can either cover the whole earth with leather, no way, or just by wearing sandals, serves the same purpose. Yeah. Similarly, these unruly beings, we could try, okay, but we won't be able to subdue them one by one, you know. But if we subdue our minds, then wherever we go, okay, no problem. Okay. So this is the goal of our practice of patience. Okay. So. I was going to tell maybe a joke about auto rickshaw drivers, but we're going to save that tomorrow for tomorrow in the interest of time. Okay? Auto rickshaw drivers being one of the main how do you say it? Challenges, yes,
In India,
to our
yeah.
practice of patience. Yeah?
So true.
Or let's put it another way. The main opportunity for our practice of patience to develop. Okay? All right. So, you all have this in front of you. Let's do a little bit. Okay? Now, take this and open the front cover. You have? Oh. No. We have more copies in the back somewhere? Nice. Okay, now, while things are being passed out, I just wanted to, again, you'll notice, and what's your name? Can I give you a credit? Sonam. So, since I studied Dharma in Tibetan language, and the Tibetans are very big on this etymology, this kind of drashe, it's called, yeah? Drashe. And so I like talking about it as I teach. It's kind of my thing, okay? Anyway, but I wanted to just draw your attention to one feature, okay? We're talking now, like, patience chapter, the practice of patience, okay? So, in Tibetan, the word is zopa, okay? Yeah? Zopa. Now, it's always a little bit of a challenge for translators because different words, they have different how do you say? In different contexts, they have different connotations, okay? Now, when we just use the word patient, okay, it's like, oh, he's very patient. And it's usually like, okay, you know, we have to wait for a bus or something, you know, and then, okay, yeah, no problem, have to wait 10 minutes, yeah? It's like patient, right? But here, actually, the Tibetan word supa has contained in it a lot of different facets to it, okay? And in different texts, you'll see it translated differently, okay? So one is this concept of like forbearance, okay? Forbearance. Yeah. There's another connotation of being able to withstand or bear hardships. Yeah. Then there's also a sense of tolerance. Yeah. And then patience, like being able to wait for a bus. Okay. So supa actually has all those things rolled up into one word. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just being able to, you know, wait for a bus and not get disturbed, but also, you know, when someone insults us, to be able to, you know, not be disturbed by it. Okay. So actually, what we talk about when we're talking about patience. Okay. If you guys have no notebook, I'll say this a couple times, but it's a resolute response against adversity stemming from a settled temperament, unperturbed by either external or internal disturbances. Okay, you with me? Okay, I'll say it again. It's a resolute response against adversity, stemming from a settled temperament, unperturbed by either external or internal disturbance. Okay? Yes?
Sorry, what is that?
This is the definition of supa. Yeah, or we translate it as patience, but you see, since it contains all these different facets, this is what we're talking about. Okay? So this is one wrong view that we have to clear away at the beginning, right? Because some people think like, oh yeah, Buddhists, yeah, now, you know, we have to be wimps, you know. It's like, right?
Can we use the word non-reaction?
So, that word is not actually quite capturing it, okay? So, because sometimes, even when we're patient, we have to react. And we might even have to react in a strong way. But the point is that the reaction isn't coming from a place of anger, right? But of a place of compassion. Actually, you know, it's one of the bodhisattva vows that we need to prevent others from engaging in negative activities. And sometimes we need to do so with a bit of a, you know, strong appearance, you know, right? So anyway, if you get this right, then whatever word you want to use, yeah, is okay. But here, just for shorthand, we use the word patience. But the point is, resolute response against adversity stemming from a settled temperament, unperturbed by either external or internal disturbances. Okay?